Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly messages for May 21st, the 27th of 2019. And I hope you're all doing well. It's nice to see you, or not see you, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these oracle cards. Whatever you want to have come up this week, just go ahead and set your intention for that. Now, these are work-specific cards and career-specific cards, but we're just going to see what comes up. And if you are not already following me on Instagram, or if you're not already following my podcast, what are you even doing with your life? I mean, seriously. It's awesome. Go check it out. Who knows, you might love it. All right, I don't know what I'm doing today, by the way. I'm just going to lay these cards out and see how this goes. And also, if you're wondering what decks I'm using, you are welcome to check those out in the description box. I don't know why I'm doing this formation either. I'm just kind of rolling with it today. I'm feeling a truth bomb. Let's get one of these this week. All right, what's coming up? You'll do it when you're ready. So if you're feeling a lot of resistance to something, or if it's simply not clicking for you, like it's just not working, then it's okay to not put so much pressure on yourself to do that this week. You know, it really is okay. Like if it's just not the right timing, it's all right. So this is about less pressure. It doesn't mean you should put it on the back burner forever and always. It's just one of those things that might be happening right now. So try to relax this week. It might be kind of intense. And then we also have clarity. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. So this is kind of why this is coming up as well. You'll do it when you're ready. If your intuition is feeling off about something, or if you're not certain, and then of course you're not going to feel good about it, or you're not going to feel ready. That's okay. And it completely makes sense. So again, lay off the pressure. This is bothering me. We're going to change these cards. Okay. And then as you guys know, this is the Affirmators at work. So fulfillment. I set my sights on a totally fulfilling life and will settle for nothing less. Jobs are like relationships, and I can always choose to break up and move on, knowing that something more satisfying and blissful is around the corner. It must be, right? Because I've looked everywhere else, and how many places can bliss and satisfaction possibly be hiding? Yeah, so if something isn't working right now, then more than likely it's, unless it's totally within your power, it's hard to shift, right? Like if you're not going to change all of the people that you're working with. You can't manifest that, but you can manifest a new job or a new environment or new community, new friends. You can do things like that. So there's ways to get around it, even if you don't have 100% control over it. So it's that fine balance between those two things. Okay, but focus on what you enjoy. Focus on the fulfillment piece. I'm getting that's important. Now let's look at the central energy. 4 of Coins. Watch yourself with scarcity. If you feel like, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough resources, I don't have enough insert thing here, that's one of the things that could really trip you up, because you're communicating scarcity. And if you're communicating scarcity, then things are going to get more and more scarce. It doesn't work the other way. It's like there are times, sure, that being conservative makes sense, like conservative with your energy from time to time, if you need to give that more to yourself, but it's really dependent on what you're practicing, right? And it's about shifting away from scarcity mentality and shifting into worth mentality, whatever that means for you. Maybe it's around material resources, but it could also be the quality of people in your life, right? Like if you're if you keep falling back on, well, I don't know if anyone else is going to be there for me, or I don't know if I can really get better friends, or I don't know if I can really get that better partner, then you're going to stay complacent where you're at. And remember, we have the fulfillment card popping up, which means that you really want to focus on what feels good. That's an important question to ask. Let's just take this as shifting out. 10 of coins. Okay, so this is where things get kind of scary, right? Like if you had someone, something, or some situation that was providing a lot of fulfillment previously, and it's no longer doing that, then it can make you feel like you need to retract, or you need to pull yourself in, and you need to pull yourself back. And that's where it's like, but this was once feeding my soul, this was once making me happy, or at once upon a time there was this really great thing that I was doing, or that relationship really worked. But in reality, sometimes those things do need to be let go if they're no longer in alignment with you, right? And only you get to decide whether or not that's the case. But it could also be just something about your mentality, your mindset, your like the way you're perceiving the situation can also be what makes this a little bit wonky. But it's okay if something that you worked hard for in the past is no longer fulfilling. We outgrow stuff. Like you wouldn't, if you grow to be a size 8 foot, you wouldn't keep your size 6 shoes. You just wouldn't do that. So that's where you want to continue to declutter as it comes up. And then the oncoming energy, we have the Empress. This is focusing on receiving. So maybe focusing less on like needing to suffer, or needing to like have something that qualifies you to be worthy of receiving. Like those are all mental traps that you can fall into. So this is just about you feeling into your own worthiness at your core and trusting this. Okay, so it's definitely about like holding space and creating a nest for the things that you want to appear, because I think that you're at this point where there's a lot of stuff. Perhaps it's from that intense Scorpio full moon that we had on Saturday. That could definitely be the case of why it's like all of that stuff kind of came up to the surface, and it's like, these shoes don't fit anymore. And that's what is making you kind of step into this I'm not sure mode. And then this is where you want to realign your focus on what it is you want to make an appearance now. Let's just do these cards as like external stuff, what's going on outside. So Knight of Wands, I'm not going to read these quite yet. I want to see what else is coming up. And then we have 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is like setting your sights on the vision, on that thing that you're desiring, and then aligning everything else with it. So you're going to want to get your feelings on board. You're going to want to get your actions on board. If you're serious about building something and manifesting something, then that's what you want to do. And then the Knight of Wands is pointing to the action that you're taking, right? And then we also have the Sun. Make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. That's a big theme that's coming up with the fulfillment card and the Sun. If the process feels like absolute pain and suffering, then look at that. That's definitely something you're going to want to pay attention to. And then we also have the World. I can tell you old cycles are coming to a close. That's definitely evident here because of this. This is a clear, this was working, this no longer works, needing to shift out of that, holding space for what you're calling in instead, for what the next level is. So then what you have surrounding this situation is about maintaining your energy so that you can sustain working towards the things that you want. That's an important part of the equation. So don't underestimate that by any means. All right, I'm trying to think about what else I can say about this, because This is more about like being excited, like if you're really ambitious and excited about what you're creating, knowing that like you can move really quickly, but you're going to want to keep, this is moving really quickly, and then you're going to want to keep an eye on your energy levels and like taking breaks and enjoying yourself and having fun with the process, because you don't want to do something if the process is awful. Straight up. Like, yeah, there's some stuff that we just have to do. That's part of being an adult. But I'm talking about more on like every single day of your life, right? Like it's complicated, right? It's a case by case basis, but you get what I'm saying. Like fulfillment is the key here. Like wherever you can find that, you're going to want to lean into that. And then that's what helps to heal the cycles. And I can't, right? Like because this is a general weekly reading, I'm not going to be able to like dig into every circumstance. But let's see, I'll pull a few more cards here. The Hanged Man, you're going to want to look at what you're doing consistently, what you're doing each and every day. That's going to be an important part of this. And because that's also going to paint a picture for what you're manifesting. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So in terms of the resources that you need, it's like you've got it. It's not even a question of if you'll get it. It's like you've got it. But if you're sitting here telling yourself like there's absolutely no way, then God is going to say, all right then. There's absolutely no way then. So you have to look at what are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you doing? Within the set of parameters, which would be external circumstances beyond your control. Right? So we all have like a different deck of cards that were dealt, and you know, you want to play your hand wherever you're at, but it's the small things. It's like the small spaces, the small nooks and crannies, or the little habits that you have are going to either help lift you up or they could help you stay complacent. So that's where you want to look this week. And then what else do we have? King of Wands, master your energy, master where it's flowing and the direction that it's going. That's an important thing to keep in mind. Remember, what you focus on will grow. I definitely believe that. That is for sure. Good week to practice gratitude, practice shifting. Like, okay, if you're going to look at one thing that's wrong, look at maybe what resources you could call in, or what favor you could ask for, or maybe there's something that you haven't looked at yet or thought of yet that could be really helpful at this time. So know that the solution already exists. And then we have the Emperor. So this is similar to the King of Wands in the sense of mastering your energy, but this seems like it's going to be highly, highly, highly active, highly energetic for a lot of people. If this reading happens to resonate with you, then it's kind of like game on, like things are really getting pushed forward in the best way possible. So now let's go ahead and do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, pick as few or as many cards as you'd like. It's totally up to you. Okay. Card number 1. 3 of Stones. It does take effort, right? So there's a fine balance between efforting and then overexerting yourself, right? If you're over-functioning, overproducing, overdoing, then there might be something tied to your self-worth and how hard you're working. And those two things kind of need to be teased apart. Otherwise, for those of you that are like, how do I build this thing or make this thing happen? You're going to need to apply your energy in the right ways so that that energy will make that seed grow. Card number 2, we have the Mage of Branches. So this is the page. Okay, you're going to want to go through and evaluate where you're squandering away your energy and where you could be using it better. So that's the primary thing that I'm getting here. It's about like the energetic investment on this side of things. Because there's probably something that you're not seeing that if you take inventory of, you're going to figure out quite quickly. So use this week to evaluate. And then card number 3 of the Maiden of Vessels. Really, really, really work on being honest about how you're feeling. Like, that's the important thing, because it's interesting with the Maiden of Vessels in particular, it might be easy to like deny yourself or deny your emotions. And this is where you really want to honor them and let them come to the surface, because there's just a lot of information in that for you, and you're going to get clarity sooner if you follow the feeling, if you trust your feelings with all of this. So know that this week. Trust yourself. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And don't forget, I would so appreciate it if you would go check out my podcast. There's episodes for you to listen to on there. Follow me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. Subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. Thanks for joining me today. And I also want you guys to know that I am offering energy checks at a discounted price for first-time people. If you're interested in that, those are $50 through the end of the month. And I put a lot of details on my Instagram about that if you're interested, or you can email me at hello@onyxhealing.com. That is where I can give you more info if you want, or you can just click the link in my description box to book a session, and those are the sessions that are discounted right now, so you're welcome to check that out. And until next time, have a beautiful week, everybody. I am sending you nothing but support, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.